So the question is, who are you really? Do you even know yourself? I suppose your personality is made of a mixture of your environment, the people you hang out with, and some genetic. So what you do is what you are. Your good habits form your identity. Same with bad habits. They probably put you down the wrong path and make you become someone you probably might not want to be, but still, what you do is what you end up becoming. So one thing I'm contemplating is how much are we pretending and how much of us is authentic? Because there's so much veneer, so many layers we're trying to get through or impress upon the world, which might not be really us. Let's say deep down inside, you might be a bit quirky or funny or a little bit crazy, but you don't want to show that, do you? Because of your environment or the people you're trying to make a good impression of. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make a good impression, but what I'm trying to figure out is, what if we adopted a personality that's not authentic to who we really are, and we kept this going for years and years until the point we don't even know who we really are anymore? I mean, have you ever stopped and thought like, what if I just let go for a few minutes, just a day, to be truly who I really am? And there are days I think of this, like, what if I'm putting a bit of a persona just so I can be quote unquote more attractive, or what is culturally accepted as being more attractive? And I think you can kind of tell when it's fake, when it's not authentic. So he starts wearing chains, he suddenly gets a tattoo, a whole dragon tattoo all over his body, even though like he doesn't really need it. He ends up going down the path of degeneracy, possibly. But then years down the line, you might realize, you know what, that was all bullshit. That wasn't me, really. And you gotta question that. Is it really worth giving up your true self in order to appease some girl or some guys who might not, be with you in the long run? You don't see a dog questioning what does it mean to be a dog. I mean, as a human, you can say, yeah, what does it mean to be human? Why am I really here? But dogs, cats, mammals, wild animals, just get on with it, really. They are who they are, and that's who they are going to be. So why not apply that to you? So all in all, what I'm trying to say is try and stay true to you, as long as it doesn't put you on the wrong path. Oftentimes, we're trying to get into a certain social setting or certain group to be accepted, and they'll take on habits which are kind of detrimental, let's say, to their health or to society. And if that's not really you, that doesn't have to be you. See, when you're around people who you can truly be your genuine self, you don't have to censor yourself so much. The jokes you say, the way you speak, you can just let it flow easily. I know when people are trying to impress each other, they kind of have to censor it a little bit first few days. I think that's kind of normal. I'm not saying be a complete, if your jokes are like kind of inappropriate and like your authentic self is being a bit of a fool or clown, maybe, monitor that just a little bit. But when you're with your boys, man, find the people who you can just say what the fuck you want and not have this kind of reaction like, really? No, bro, that wasn't funny. Like, just get out,
Yeah, they're not your friends.
I mean, if they're doing it in a joking way, in a playful way, fair enough. But if you see that being a common occurrence, then you might want to, think about your social group. Might want to change, abandon ship. So, blind spots. What are they exactly? Well, basically, those are the things that you need to work on. Things that you don't know you need to work on. And sometimes you do know those blind spots. You do know those things you need to work on, but you just choose not to. So, what are some of the examples? Let's say visual blind spots. I'm not saying you're blind, actually blind, but like the way you present yourself. Let's say you're not wearing a style that complements your physique. You might be wearing clothes that are overly baggy, that just don't suit you, just incongruent. You want to get in shape, right? So obviously one thing to do is to go to the gym. You want to be able to defend yourself, go to a martial arts gym. You want to be a fighter? Well, what are you going to do? It's practice fighting. It's simple as that. Habits like that. Financial blind spots. There might be other ways you could be making money. So let's say you could be on the what do people do nowadays? Bitcoin, NFT, real estate, crypto, stock market, side hustles, drop shipping, all that thing. That could be something that you could do on the side of your 9 to 5. But you might be aware of all those things, but not be overly fussed about it. Another blind spot could be the way you communicate, and reading books will definitely help you with that, with the way you articulate your thoughts and just the way you speak. Just improve your grammar. And these are things that need to be pointed out to you from someone other than yourself, or maybe from your very close friends. So let's say you come across as a bit meek, a bit timid, a bit shy. You don't hold eye contact very well. So you're kind of like, I don't really like talking to people. Like, I'm kind of I don't know. It's just not my thing. I'm not really sociable. You see, it's frustrating. Like, you can't even get a decent communication going with the eyes. And I'm not saying I've mastered this completely. Obviously, we all have our little quirks and tics, and if you're talking too aggressively, that's another thing. Like if you're talking over people and you don't let them finish a point, so they'll be saying something, and say, well, hold on, but but what about this? And but actually, no, this is how it, and it's just like if you're trying to dominate the conversation all the time and steer it towards the direction that he's gonna he has to agree with what I'm saying, it's not really a pleasant conversation to have. It's not a true one-on-one. So why not drop the facade just for a little bit, and you might find something real or authentic comes out that you haven't been able to tap into for many years, or maybe your whole life. Stop trying to be this ultra perfect, chic, gangster, edgy dude who's also charismatic but sensitive at the same time. All that stuff is just a complete mess. Just try and find out who you are really. But of course, work on your blind spots at the same time. Be aware of them. Of course, I'm not aware of all my blind spots. There are probably things that I need to work on that are completely obvious to other people, but not to me. So, it's a bit of a contradictory message, but I think you get the idea.
With your personality, expand it. Okay, don't contract it. Expand your personality. Take it with you wherever you travel, wherever you go. And it's very hard to do that, right? If you're stuck at home, if you're stuck in your head. Okay, if this all comes down to just realizing, yes, you have a personality, but it's not defining who you are. Okay, it defines your likes, defines what you eat, it defines the people you want to hang around with. But I feel with all of that as well comes the choice. There's choice with that in your personality. So kind of experiment, trial and error. Find what you like, find what you don't like. Go hiking, go to the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. You never know, you will surprise yourself. So you never know everyone's journey. Everyone's in different places, everyone's in different personality kind of transitions. There's different paradigms to this, there's different levels to this. Nothing is really set in stone. There's always the next level, there's always something you desire if you've been watching our previous videos. But as well, even though there's something else to desire, make that something you want to achieve it, make it achievable. That way, if you're just always contemplating it in the head of just something you'll do one day, you'll never do it until you actually really just get out the head.